Well, welcome to Love Them Knives channel. Yeah, that's us. Thought I'd talk to you about the Hellx. Well, the Hellx is a hell of a knife, and it's a big dog, right? And it's been out for a couple years. Okay, Mikkel Williamson design, and his name is right there. There's the Hellx and liner lock. Now this one's the brass. Okay, so this is a chunk right here, right? But it is a big knife, and it's got the Williamson kind of design, a little bit angular, kind of wonky, this and that. You get up on here, wow, you got just a really good blade shape for being able to get a lot of work done, and it's sizable enough to give you a lot of cutting length on the blade and then jimping on the back. But now they've got a new variant that just came out, and this will be available in other different materials. But this one is their micarta, but it's now a button lock, not a liner lock. So now you're not putting your thumb at peril. No, it's a button lock. So it is super fidget friendly now. This one, okay, you could drop it and there you go. I mean, you can fidget with it, etc., of course. But it was a liner lock, and this one now is not. It's a button lock, okay? So it's got the button lock thing going, and whoosh, drops. Of course, ceramic bearings, all that kind of stuff. But wow, big dog still. Nice design, workable, comfortable in the hand, ergos wise. And then you can just jump right up on this to get better control. And you got a lot of jimping up here on the blade. So you can do more detailed or controlled work with that tip. And you got jimping along the back. So they haven't taken that away. They've kept it where you got good purchase on this knife, through all the jimping that's going on here. And then good comfort, ergos wise, holding it, okay? But now you don't have to get your fingers in the way. It's super fidget friendly, and let's put them on the scale, although that's gonna be kind of kind of ugly because this one 5.2 5.3 ounces, okay? Of course the brass one, it's not really fair to compare. 8.5. I always thought it was funny in the past. I would talk about a knife and they would go, "Oh my God, it's 5.5 or 6 ounces. That's just too heavy." Blah blah blah. And then the funny thing is, then the manufacturer would come out with a variant that was like copper or brass, and it weighed twice as much, and it would sell out like quickly. And so I'm going, all these naysayers going, "Oh, it's too heavy, too heavy." And then, here it comes out twice the weight, and it sells out quickly. So, okay. But this one now is pretty nice, pretty reasonably light for the size. And, especially compared to this. Now, let's go back here. And let's look at grams. Okay, 149 grams. That's pretty damn reasonable, especially for a big knife like this. Let's get the brass one out of the way, and let's put the tape up next to it. And we have 4-inch down here, 3 and 3.65 up here. Of course, you know how that bolster just comes up at a real sharp angle. So cutting length is 3 3/4, okay? And that would be 3 3/4 would be like 97 millimeters. And then, you're up to not quite 9 inches, but 8 5/8 or 8 7/8 inches, and then 22.5 centimeters, okay? So, and let's see if we can get a piece of paper out here. All right. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, it's got a good factory edge on it. And, you know, whether you like the design, then yes, it's for you. If you don't like the design, no, it's not for you. I think the Hellx has probably been something where it's been very individual. This is not a universal knife. This is a knife for people who like large knives and this kind of a drop point blade, you know, that kind of thing. And they like Williamson designs. And Williamson is very unique in his design language, you know, anyhow. Here's a deep carry pocket clip. All right, but it's not for the lefty, huh? There's no left hand option on that carry, but it's deep carry right hand. The pocket clip's all right. Yeah, I'm not really feeling it much. It kind of hits me right in here, so no, not bad at all. If I get up in here, it actually hits me right in there, and I don't feel it much there either. Now, of course, I don't know. Long cutting tasks that take forever. I don't know. I don't know how I'd feel about it, but right here, it just doesn't seem to bother me at all in either one of these two positions. And then reverse grip definitely feels comfortable. So that's good as well. But yeah, it's a big knife. Let's look at the width. And it doesn't seem all that wide to me when I'm holding it. And it's a 0.53 at 13.6 millimeters. A lot of knives are around 12 millimeters or, you know, 12.5. So this one's a little wider than a lot of them, but not so much that it really seems awkward. And 3.4 millimeter at 0.13 inch. So no, it's got reasonably sturdy blade stock, but nothing any more than like the paramilitary 2. Blade stock is the same. Maybe a little heavier on this. And boy, we've been using that one. Woo! Poor kid. You need a tune-up, don't you? But there it is. The Hellx. Yeah, real fidget friendly. Real fidget friendly. I like it a lot. Yeah, and the ergos are good. And the ergos are also really good when you go all the way up into this choil area. Especially good in that regard. You know, another thing, let's just check this out. Okay, yeah, the detent on this is relatively light. Okay, yeah, it's relatively light. That's another way of opening it, but it's relatively light. And I think a lot of the button lock knives are that way, right? So, and they have to be somewhat light for this to get fidgety here with the flipper, etc. There's no way to really open it. You know, finger flicking. I mean, there's not a fuller or thumb studs or anything. You might be able to get enough traction against the blade to kick it open because the detent is light enough you could just do that. But I don't think that was necessarily the intention of making the detent the way it was. But yeah, you can do that. And let's see what we can do here. Let's take it apart, see what we got, and I feel it moving from the other side. So let's put this right here and unscrew this. And you know what? I think the screw's actually on the front. And yeah, it is. Okay. I was just wondering. Yeah, it is. Okay. So there goes that. And I don't know about these. Are these number 8s or number 6s? And I guess they're number 6s. Okay. Let me grab this right here. I got a number 6 staring at me right here. We can do that. And let's get to here. Okay, that's not a problem. And right here. That's looking good. So can we get this to just pop right off? And there's your scale. And there's your screws still in the scale. Kick them on through. There they go. And there's your micarta scale on the presentation side. Okay. And then here is your liner. And then I'm going to have to push this to release the blade. And then we can pull this liner off. And there's that. And there's your stop, pin right there. Throw that out. And then we've got, ceramic bearings on both sides. And there goes the spring as well. And where's my plunger? Oh, it's over here. Okay. And there's the plunger. So plunger, spring. Other than the plunger and spring, it's pretty, much a standard fare for most any of the other knives that I disassemble. Except this doesn't have a captured pivot, okay? But it does have, number 8 opening on both sides so you can break it apart. So in that regard, you're okay. And there's the screw for the front. And that's your disassembly. And here it is. Black Stonewash D2, brown micarta. I guess I never said anything about the blade steel, did I? All right. Yes, we have the new button lock. And it's looking good. Still got some oil on it. Yeah. Now it's nice. Yeah, easy apart, easy together, no button stick. Hey, we're in good shape here. And, of course, you got the traditional one, too, that are still available. So there you go. You got a choice. Liner lock, button lock, whichever you prefer. And it's the Hellx from Kansept. So check it out. I got the link below. It'll take you to the Kansept website. And there she be. Or at your favorite retailer at LuvThemKnives. Yes, check out my website for pre-owned knives. And you guys stay sharp.